Hi, I'm Bex, and I'm going to be demonstrating this eye makeup today. Yeah, it's a bit go out at night, a bit gothic, a bit of a mixture makeup do. So, you can use any eyeliner, any that you can find really in your cupboard. There's an Avon one here, there's another one. And basically we're just going to start with this outer black ring. So the way I find it easiest is just pull the corner of the eye out at the side so we can do a nice line across here. So as close to the lashes as you can get. You're just going to stroke the pencil. Okay, as you stroke, just going to make that line thicker and thicker. Okay? Right. So then, opening the eye nice and wide and a little tug down at the bottom will create the same effect underneath the eye. So, like so. Okay, and then underneath. The little trick I use through being on the camera sometimes is to just put it in the corner of the eye. Obviously don't stab yourself or anything, just here, and do a circle movement, okay? Now this creates the eyes to look bigger. A lot of people want their eyes to look bigger, stand out a lot more. So just a circle. Yeah? As you can see, that's created the eye to be more open. Moving on, now we've got the outer line, I'm going to move to the shadow. Little Elizabeth Arden eyeshadow set here. Yeah, a few colours, we've got brown, green, blue, beige and a lighter brown. I'm just going to use this little brush, thinner on one end, thicker on the other, so it creates different shades around the eye. So, as you can see here, I've used different colours. So in the corner I've started with the green, come out to the dark brown and the beige underneath. So I'm going to show you how to get that effect. So the green with the thin end, just popping a bit on. Here we go. And off we go. So starting from the inner corner, just pop that down. Just brushing. Okay, so imagine the shape of the eyebrow. You're brushing toward that peak of the eyebrow. That's where you're aiming. I know it sounds silly, but if we just brush it on everywhere, we don't quite get the same effect. So if you're drawing with a pencil, you're aiming towards, because that's what we are doing, we're drawing, aren't we? We're doing artwork on the face. Yeah? Can you see that? Obviously when you do this at home, if you have any problems, you can just send me a message. Say how you got on, if you loved it or if you thought it was too difficult, and I'll give you any advice I can. Okay, so then taking the dark brown from the palette. If you don't have the Elizabeth Arden, you can try it with another set with similar colours. I know sometimes we make do with what we've got in our handbag or what we've got in our drawer at home, don't we? I'm the same. Okay, so now this dark brown is coming up here. So towards the top of the brow, just after the green. So a little bit on this bit as well. It's actually like drawing a rainbow. So if you think of that effect as you're doing it, got green, brown, and then a lighter brown here. Okay? Same with, they use the bigger end of the brush for this, just because it's the bigger end of the eyebrow really. Okay, and we pop all that in there. So there it is, the rainbow effect. Now, see underneath, it's a little bit brighter here. This also makes the eyes look bigger and more beautiful. So if we pop a bit of that there, creamy colour, the same we used here, we just put it underneath. So it also, a lot of bonuses to this, it matches the outer bit, creates the eyes to look wider. Lovely. I sometimes add a bit of illuminator just under the eyes like I did here. Just brightens up the eye area, reduces any lines. And we pop that on. Can you see how it's brightened it up a bit? Lovely. And then a mascara. Right then. A bit of an Avon queen, so obviously cheap, cheerful and fun. So I've got Eamon's Super Curl Diamonds here. See the curl in the brush, so I'm just going to pop that on. A little trick of mine with mascara. I put one layer on, a bit like it's paint or nail varnish. I put one layer on, wait about 30 seconds till it's dry, which I've probably been talking for now, and then pop another one on. And it seems to really, really work. As you can see, I've got quite long eyelashes. Also, kelp tablets are a good thing to make your hairs grow, so to end up shaving your legs more though. This as well, so I put it on like this, and there's also the effect where you just dab it on where the lashes are attached to the socket and curl the brush. Just look at that. Okay, and then the lips. I'm actually just going to use a lip plump today. Obviously because I'm focusing more on the eye look, so say I put a bright red lipstick it'll be too much. Plus I don't really like red and green together because I've got my green here. So I'm just going to use a simple sexy mouth pucker from Benefit. Okay, so just dabbing that on. Look at that shine. So as well as this giving a shine, it plumps the lips out. It does tingle a little bit, but it's worth it. Definitely worth it, girls and guys, if you're watching. Again, I like to do 2 layers. Okie doke. Last thing is some High Beam, again by Benefit. High Beam is just amazing. Even sometimes if I've not got any makeup on and I'm going out for the day, bit of High Beam here and here, and I feel maybe like 20 times better. So, High Beam, what it does, it enhances those things that we want to enhance. So under the brow here, that is great when it sticks out, and again with the cheekbone. So that is where I'm going to put the High Beam. Just popping it there and there. Dabbing it in a touch. And above the brow. Okay, I'm going to super quickly fly over what I've used. We have any basic eyeliner. I used an Avon one. Then the Elizabeth & Arden set, using green in the inside, brown for the next, and beige for the rainbow effect. Okay? Before all that, obviously with the eyeliner we did the outer shape and the underneath shape, which you can put on after or before you've done the brows. Then nice simple mascara I went upwards and curled it out. High beam here, 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 like so. Eliminator here, just obviously eliminate it, and voila! Thank you for watching, and like I was mentioning before, if any of you struggle, just give me a message and I'll send you anything back to advise you any way I think possible. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Bye now.